Hey, welcome to the May update for 100 Families Alliance members. I wanted to take a minute and just talk a little bit about the science of population level change or scalable change, especially in this area. The 100 Families effort that 4 communities now are committed to really has some science that when we took a look at other communities that had population level change, real change, there were 5 things that were true in all of these communities, and they're all baked into the effort that we are all a part of with 100 Families. And so just to hit those quickly so that you know, one of them is we've got to have a diverse group of organizations that agree upon a goal, 100 Families from Crisis to Career. That there needs to be a backbone organization that helps and supports the community with that goal. That is United Way and Restore Hope, or that backbone supporting organization. You've got to have a common set of measures. They're baked into the Hope Arc system in that assessment, those 13 areas that we assess across the spectrum of crisis to thriving. And then the one that I wanted to talk about specifically today was we've got to have constant communication amongst the team members, the alliance members. And so this constant communication happens in a few different ways. And one of them is with the monthly alliance meetings. And then with each alliance, we have committees, 3 committees that are from that crisis to career area. And then at the most detailed level, the Hope Arc system is the system that allows the group of care team members, that's what we call it on the system, to collaborate for the good of that one individual to help them specifically and in a customized way to meet that individual where they are and their unique needs and requirements from the legal systems that they're involved in and their assessment data, to help them plot a journey from crisis into stability and then on to career. You know, 100 Families actually was the idea for our governor and our first lady, given their commitment to, as he says, to have folks that were firmly incarcerated to give them a second chance, and for folks that are in foster care to give them a first chance. And so to honor the governor's commitment and what has become 100 Families, we gathered, several of the leaders of alliances all gathered at the governor's mansion for a dinner to honor him. And I tell you, it was such a good collection of law enforcement and corrections and behavioral health specialists and MDs and providers from across the state that all were telling stories to the governor of the impact in their community that 100 Families is having. And so one of the stories that I think really illustrates during this time to me is we had Chief Baker from Fort Smith Police Department, and we had the Sebastian County Sheriff's Office there. And they told the governor that during 2020, which was a trying time for all of us, but especially law enforcement, that they had seen a reduction of over 40% in their incarcerations in their jail, while also reducing crime in their community. And they point to this working together, this teamwork that is now occurring as key in their ability to produce results like that. One of the great stories at the governor's mansion was peer specialist Russell Boyd. This was his second time at the governor's mansion.
The first time I was there, I was an inmate at the Arkansas State Police headquarters, and they took one look at me and they're like, how did you even get up here? Like, who approved you? They seen all the tattoos on me, and they was like, man, we're putting you in the kitchen. And it's just been like really a miracle, man, to be working as an inmate at the governor's mansion, and then to be a free man off of parole and asked to speak to the governor.
In June, we'll have available the longer version of Russell's story, so be looking for that on YouTube and Facebook. In White County this month, the Alliance met. They talked about child care for a returning workforce. And DHS's Thomas Shepard spoke about the power of teamwork.
You've got a pretty powerful local group right there.
Yes, sir.
Never underestimate the power of that local community, working with those child care centers, talking to those child care centers. Because it's one thing for us as the state to come in and say, we have this need, can you help us? But when you've got, your local sheriffs, educators on a local level that are saying that to those child cares, I just have to tell you, they have a more powerful voice on that local level than
Yes,
we
sir.
do as a state coming in and saying, you've got to provide this or we need this. So it might be beneficial for you to even contact the child care centers yourself and say, this is the need we have, and this is why we have this need, because then you're talking about families and local people interacting to help on local needs.
As we help our clients move from crisis to career, one of the greatest work opportunities that's available in Arkansas right now is truck driving. And there are currently a need for 10,000 CDL certified truck drivers in Arkansas, and these are good paying jobs. And these routes are both local, they're regional, and they're over the road, so across country. But I don't know of another opportunity for our clients to quickly become certified and be able to move into a profession that makes this much money at this point in history. 100 Families, United Way, Restore Hope, and local workforce boards are partnering with CDL Academy to give men and women a chance to become professional drivers in as little as 1 month. Current classes are providing in-cab experience along with classroom instruction. Excellent compensation, job security, and great benefits are among the incentives to explore this career path. Later in the month, we will be featuring the trucking school from both our YouTube and Facebook pages. For more information, contact CDL Academy Network by phone or email. Substance abuse is such a major factor in all that we do. And so we've started a recovery series on YouTube and Facebook in which we interview individuals that are, some of them have lived experience, many of them are running residential treatment centers, or they have law enforcement background. We get to sit down with the Bullocks in May. The Bullocks both have law enforcement experience. We're tired of arresting or re-arresting the same individuals, and now got to tell us about their new endeavor in launching a residential faith-based facility in Sheridan.
The more and the longer that I worked in the business, the more I learned that, slapping handcuffs on people and taking them to jail, it wasn't working. Jail was not working. I grew a reputation as one of those cops. I would chase anybody. You took off running, I was after you. You have warrants, I was looking for you. Half of these people are my family members. I had an uncle that tried to run me over with a stolen car while he was high on meth.
A lot of the families and the people that we've gotten out of Sheridan, they were people I graduated with, and we lost people whenever we were in high school from addiction, because there's nothing there, and we're going to be one of the only rehabs in South Arkansas because there's just nothing down in South Arkansas.
Yeah.
So we're bringing change, and we're excited about it.
Our recovery series will continue every week, so look out on YouTube and Facebook for new episodes. This month, the 100 Families Alliances in Sebastian, Crawford, White, and Pulaski counties, we onboarded 58 new families. That means that that brought our active families that we served up to 547, with 1,224 children in those families. The greatest needs this month were financial assistance and employment, from our families. And what we seem to be doing very, very well right now, 75% of our families reported that, that they were in good physical health, and about that same percentage said that they were safe, in a safe place. And I'm telling you, that's so important. If you're not in a safe place, it's hard to do any other movement until you can bring safety down. One of the things that's very important here, I want to call out our adult ed and our community colleges that we're connecting folks to. 71% were successfully connected to education resources. That's so important in being able to move into career and make a living wage. And 62% of our clients were successfully connected to recovery resources. That brings our total over the trailing 12 months to 1,073 families that we all have collaboratively served together. So thank you for what you're doing to help change the lives of these families and to help make the types of communities that we all want to live in.